ELIO is bizarre, and he is alone, but he also isolates himself.
We're family! You're not my family!
People who need love the most sometimes ask for it in the most unlovable of ways.
The only people who wanted me are gone. What if there's nothing about me to want?
The whole theme of the film, you're not as alone as you think you are. You're not alone, period.
I've missed everything about you.
Hello and welcome to the Communiverse. I'm Alan Seawright, a professional filmmaker who needs therapy.
I'm Jonathan Decker, licensed therapist who loves movies. What's up? What are we doing? What's going on?
We're going into space.
So much space. Need to see it all.
That's a lot of movies, Alan. Which...
Oh, right. ELIO. We're going to talk about ELIO.
It's a fantastic movie.
It's really good.
One of your favorite Pixar movies in a long time.
It's my favorite in quite a while. It's probably in my top 10 all-time Pixar movies now.
Right.
I loved this movie.
Yeah, check that action out.
Voyager will never see those who made it again. It will drift on, solitary and alone.
Get it, because he's an orphan.
But maybe one day,
He's
distant
Voyager.
worlds will receive its message, and Voyager will complete its mission, proving we aren't so alone after all.
Okay. Is it on the nose? Yes. Do I care? No.
No.
It's great.
It's a great hook. He's lost his parents. He feels alone. I love that he's holding the little figures.
His little Lego parents.
And just how much he wants to belong somewhere. And to him, that's out in the cosmos because Earth sucks and he doesn't feel like this is his place.
Yeah.
I think we can relate, if not to like going out into the cosmos, at least feeling like where you are, who you're with, doesn't feel like a fit, and where do you belong. Also, the score for this movie.
Holy crap, Rob Simonson.
Mm-hmm.
Where have you been, man? Like, this was a coming up. I mean, Rob Simonson has always had good scores. Like, he's scored a bunch of films. They're all good. This is transcendent. It is like Giacchino, John Williams, Hans Zimmer level. Well, I'm sort of in a different genre from Hans Zimmer. Hans Zimmer does feelings, not tunes. Wow.
Yeah.
It's so good, guys. Listen to this score.
So parents are gone, being raised by his aunt. Big fight.
Yeah.
Your life isn't up there, ELIO. It's down here. Deal with this.
You really feel that sadness.
Deal with this.
It's all in the animation and the music.
Yeah.
When I drop him off tomorrow, I'm gonna see if they can enroll him in the fall. I know, but this just isn't how I thought my life would be.
And that is relatable as a parent and as a kid. And that's how you know it's a good family film. Because the kids watching it can be like, oh yeah, I felt like that before. And the parents watching it go, oh crap, I feel like that sometimes.
Yeah.
I think one of the reasons that I love this movie so much is I identify a lot with ELIO. When I was a kid, not when I was a little kid, but a bit older, I didn't feel like I belonged. I didn't feel like I belonged in my family. I didn't feel like I belonged in my neighborhood or my school. I just felt like an other. I wanted a ship that I could live on in space with a big weird dog, and to see this, kid go through the same things that so many of us have been through, right? Like feeling alone and different and weird. It just really hit home for me.
We didn't watch the fight, but I've heard it said that people who need love the most sometimes ask for it in the most unlovable of ways. And the reason his aunt is struggling right now is because ELIO is bizarre, and he is alone, but he also isolates himself, and he lashes out because he carries so much pain at the injustice that his parents are gone, and that pain's got to go somewhere.
He's asking for love, but he's too young to know that that's what he's doing. Right?
And he's disappointed because he wants his parents, he doesn't want her. But then when the feeling is mutual, it hurts. True to form for Pixar, it's a family film, but the layers of emotion are complex.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on.
And hearing his aunt say, this isn't how I thought my life would go, it validates his own insecurities and feelings like he doesn't belong.
Yeah.
And he needs to go to space.
I'm in space.
I know you are, mate.
Hey, remember that doctor's appointment you were supposed to make a while ago?
The one you meant to book, but you got sidetracked and completely forgot about it until right now?
You know, that follow-up for your self-inflicted ham radio eye injury?
Or that overdue appointment for your post-laser blast feather replacement?
Or that rash from being installed in your carapace?
Why not book it today?
ZocDoc makes it easy to find the right doctor right now, and it's all online.
You'll probably be able to book an appointment before the end of this ad.
And with ZocDoc, it's easy.
You can find doctors that are right for you and instantly book an appointment.
ZocDoc is a free app and website where you can search and compare high-quality, in-network doctors and click instantly to book an appointment.
Faster than Gregon can swaddle Glorden.
They make it so easy to find and book a doctor near you.
We're talking about in-network appointments with more than 100,000 healthcare providers across every specialty.
From mental health to dental health,
Eye care to skin care, and much more.
and when you're searching for a doctor, you can filter for the ones who take your insurance
Are located near you.
and who treat basically any condition you're searching for.
You can also see their actual appointment openings
Choose a time slot that works for you.
and click to instantly book a visit.
Plus, ZocDoc appointments happen fast, typically within 24 to 72 hours of booking.
You can even score same-day appointments.
Since I recently moved, I'm going to use ZocDoc to find and book great doctors near me.
How often have you moved and how many healthcare problems do you have?
It really feels like a lot.
Yeah, it does. Stop putting off those doctor's appointments and go to ZocDoc.com/cinematherapy to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today.
That's ZocDoc.com/cinematherapy.
ZocDoc.com/cinematherapy.
Okay, bye. I love you.
Forget the communiverse.
You are a father, right?
Oh, yeah.
It is so difficult. He has no concept of the importance of my work.
I get it. If he's too hard to handle, then just ship him off. That's what I did with mine.
Too
So-
hard to handle.
His notes.
I mean,
Oh, you think I cannot handle my own son?
no. I don't think that.
No, really, tell me what I am doing wrong.
It's okay. I'm a bad.
This is like a therapy session that goes out of control.
know what we're doing. We didn't even want this, right?
Let me remind you who you are dealing with. I am Trigon, Blood Emperor of Hylug, Scourge of the Crab Nebula, and a great father!
The little skeets crack me up freaking every time. The comedy, as per usual with Pixar, goes to 11. Like, they could have just had the lines. They're really good. They could have had Brad Garrett deliver the lines. Even better. But
Yeah.
no, we've got to throw in a big cinematic joke on top of it.
Yeah. And Elio's got his like handwritten like this is me my first in graduate school doing therapy for the first time, just like
Yeah, you feel called out by this scene, right?
you are enough. Oh, you don't deserve to be treated that way. Have you tried breathing? Just like all this. And Elio doesn't have the experience because he's trying to relate to a parent, and Elio's experience is as a child. But this helps him get into the mindset of his aunt. I mean, you hear him saying what he thinks his aunt feels towards him. Well, if he's tough, just get rid of him. Instead of understanding, oh, parenting actually is very hard. It is very difficult. And as scared as he is right now, this experience is going to help him to be able to connect with his aunt. Perspective taking is everything. It's everything when it comes to connecting and bridge building and healing bonds. We have to be able to see where the other person is coming from and imagine what they might be feeling. Otherwise, we just see a monster. Right now, Elio just sees a terrifying monster. What's really going on is you've got this guy who feels like he should be able to control everything, and parenting isn't something that he can control. He has to find a better way, and that scares him because he doesn't know how.
But he's trying. Like, what we learn later on is that he's actually trying to be a good dad.
Yeah.
He's not just an autocratic dictator of weird slugs in armor.
But that's why he gets so upset, is because it's a sensitive spot for him because he knows it's an area where he's falling short. And so he has to project, no, I'm fine, I got it all under control, and then a show of strength and a show of power. And again, Pixar's always very psychologically sound. This is how we mask our insecurity and we mask our weakness by leaning way too hard into projecting strength. And we all just need a hug, which is kind of where this film ends up in a beautiful way, but we'll get there.
Did something happen to your parents?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I know it's not the same, but my mom's gone a lot. fighting the blood wars. I miss her a ton. Sometimes it feels like Dad doesn't even want me.
I know what you mean.
I thought he's just a mouth.
The only people who want
And
me
you
are
still
gone.
get all of his body language.
He's
and-
got nubs.
Yeah, but I mean, his face is just a mouth and you still connect with him.
What if there's nothing about me to want? I thought Earth was the problem, but what if it's me?
Well, I like you. And you seem fine to me.
Yeah. This, again, one of the reasons that I connected with this movie so strongly is I felt the way Elio feels.
Yeah.
Fortunately for me, I also had at different stages friends and a spouse and other people who are willing to say, well, I like you. Unfortunately, none of them have been weird slugs from space.
Darn it.
I need a space slug friend. I mean, you're great,
Yeah, no.
but you could be improved.
Jono.
Listen, I'm willing to make cosmetic changes, but there's a limit. But how vital it is to find people who see you and accept you as you are.
Yeah.
And this is one of the reasons why group therapy is so powerful, because sometimes you might be surrounded by people who have a shared value, and whatever that is the opposite of who you are or how you are. And because so many voices around you reject you, it's like, well, I must be the problem. Instead of, oh no, this is a collective group of like-minded people, and who I am and how I am and what I value doesn't gel with that.
Yeah.
But I can find people who are going through something similar and willing to extend not just grace and love and acceptance, but they just see. They see and they value.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be people who are like you. They don't have to share the same interests. They don't have to have the same personality. They just have to be mature enough and healed enough and whole enough to be people who just offer love.
They could be a 600-year-old child space slug.
These two have a lot in common, because the people who are loving and accepting and welcoming, just like those who criticize you, it's not your fault. Also, people who are loving and welcoming and accepting, it's not just because you are special enough for them to love you. It's about finding people who are like, everybody's got value and I already see it in you. And if you don't have any people like that in your life, you can be that, and then hopefully you start to attract.
You'll find some.
And if you don't, again, group therapy is a great place to start, because people who are struggling give that more freely.
Right.
Would a clone really fool my dad? He's pretty smart.
Oh, it's gonna work.
I love how his little flaps vibrate when he talks.
Yeah.
Can I check on my clothes?
And when he gets excited, they like...
Smells good, Papito.
It's our secret recipe. You're gonna love it.
How are you so good at everything?
So he's just seeing more confirmation.
Because his perfectly behaved clone.
Wow, I guess it does work. Okay, let's do it.
Yeah. Yeah!
Well, his clone doesn't really have a personality other than how do I blend in and please.
Right.
So, of course, it seems like, oh, this is exactly what she wanted. She's happier without me. Good. Fine. But we later see, no, she knows something's up.
Yeah, well, right after this scene, actually,
Yeah.
we get an incredible scene of, like, weird body horror.
Yeah. There's a lot of that in this movie,
It's
which
so
is so
great. Like, this is easily the creepiest that Pixar's ever been, and I want more.
The perfect kid isn't, the ant's not going to grow. You know, we grow in capacity to love when we're challenged. It's easy to love people who are like us, value what we value, have similar personalities to us. Or if we hate ourselves, then it's easy to love people who are our opposites. Point is, we all have types of people who are easier for us to connect with and love. When it's a real challenge, when it's a real growth opportunity, is okay, how do I love the people that are harder for me to love? How do I engage in perspective taking, empathy, and compassion with the people who don't fit the mold of what's easy for me to love? And that's the beauty of this story, is how they find each other with like true love and acceptance. Earlier on, he was mad she wasn't his parents, and she just needed him to be different. And then she realized that, no, who he is who I love and who I want. Have you not watched this yet? What? I guarantee you, whatever you're TikToking, isn't going to satisfy you like this.
I don't know, man. There's some pretty good stuff on TikTok.
Oh, he's so hot and so miserable. No. There isn't.
Not this good. Not this good. So he's been expelled from the Communiverse.
Back home where he never wanted to be. But she was right. This is where her life is, and this is what he needs to embrace and fix. Because in the Communiverse before, he was running and hiding from this.
Yeah.
Don't leave me. Please.
He got what he wanted, but it wasn't what he needed. Mm-hmm. Gosh dang, look at that shot.
Yeah.
That big, beautiful vista and Rob Simonson just playing every single one of your heartstrings. It's gorgeous. The reason that shot is so effective is it's this big, giant, beautiful vista of the thing he wants. And you can see there's the glow in the center of the screen, and then it falls off to blackness at the edges. And part of that is they wanted to make it feel like an 80s movie where they shot on lenses that kind of sucked, and so it just looked like that.
Yeah.
But the other part of it is he wants to go where the light is, and he's this tiny, tiny little figure surrounded by this big, giant world, and he feels so small when he's away from the thing that he wants and that he thinks that he needs.
Sometimes characters and people say things and they're right, but not in the way they mean it. So earlier he says, I used to think the problem was Earth, but maybe the problem is me. And he's wrong in the sense that there's a problem with him, or that he's bad, or that he's broken.
That he's getting rejected because there's something wrong with him.
Right. He's right in the sense that the solution lies with him.
Correct.
Because he always saw, like, if I can escape Earth, if I can escape this place, if I can get someplace else, be surrounded by a different group, that will solve everything for me. But it all comes back to him. So he's looking at this guy saying, don't leave me. And the desperation there is, you were my only hope. Instead of, no, my hope isn't here. My hope is in my ability to look at my situation, assess it, and fix things. Fix things with my aunt, fix things inside myself. The reason the Communiverse isn't what he needs is because what he needs is to work in here.
It let him run away.
Right.
It didn't force him to fix the problem.
It could be a healthy, wonderful home for him, but he has to be prepared for it.
Yep.
And if that's true, then it's also true that Earth could be a healthy, wonderful home for him, but he has to be prepared for it.
You know what we call that in the movie business?
No.
Good writing.
Oh.
So
he assumes.
Come on! Stupid flashlight.
Coincidentally, he's run into his
Sorry.
aunt
And his clone.
and his clone. And he doesn't know why yet.
No, I feel crazy. I'm on the beach trying to make contact with I don't know what. It just feels so alone. You wouldn't understand.
She thinks she's talking to the clone.
He realizes she's looking for him. Him, not clone him.
Actually, I do.
You were always wanted.
You know what I love about movies? She plugs that light strand in, and then we wait for a good 3 seconds before the lights come on, and no one cares that that's not how lights work, because it's dramatically effective. And this is dramatically effective.
I didn't think you'd miss me.
I missed you. I've missed everything about you.
But this isn't the life you wanted.
The only thing I want is you.
Oh, damn it, Pixar.
Yep.
You know, we all say things in relationships when we're hurt, when we're angry, when we're tired. that we later regret.
Yeah.
And people always, like, they come back and they say, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. And the other person says, well, if you didn't mean it, why'd you say it? And the secret to that is, no, they absolutely meant it. But they meant it for a moment. They meant it for a moment when they were emotionally flooded.
Yep.
And when they settled back into how they actually feel about things, they realize, okay, but what I really feel day in, day out is this.
Well, and if you take 3 seconds to think about yourself for a second, you have definitely said something stupid, mean, hurtful, awful that you didn't really mean, but you super meant it for the couple of seconds that you said it.
Yeah.
Right? Like, oh, I just hate you so much. And you don't, but you did. Mm-hmm. But you don't.
And when she's saying, this isn't what I thought my life would be, that actually is probably something she meant. At the same time, this is now the life she chooses and that she wants. And that's very important. You know, I once had a thought in a moment of anger of one of my kids specifically. And I thought, raising you is the hardest thing I've ever been through. And I've been through a divorce and the death of a parent.
Oh, boy. Shots fired.
And I thought that, and then I calmed down, and then I realized that's true. I even calm, I still feel like this particular child, our differences, it is the greatest challenge that I've ever experienced.
Yeah.
It's also the source of perhaps my greatest joy, is that connection. You know, we love what we sacrifice for. The number of times I've had to sacrifice my temper or the thing I wanted to say to be present for,
Or sleep.
to be present for, or put my feelings aside and engage in perspective taking with, okay, what I said earlier, people who need love the most sometimes ask for it in the most unlovable ways. What's going on that to this person, they're acting this way? Why are they feeling this way? What is the hurt? What is the pain? Has been the source of most tremendous growth for me as a person. But also, I love that kid. Mm-hmm. I adore that kid. And even though for certain moments, I'm like, man, I would love to put you like in cryo sleep on a spaceship for a little while just so I could, like, those moments pass and I'm like, if anything ever happened, if I lost you, if you were gone, I don't know what I'd do because you are my life. And I super relate to that. And I think anyone who's ever parented can relate to that. And one of the great skills I've learned through that relationship with this child is the conversations that always happen towards the end of the movie. Have them sooner.
Just bring them up. Don't wait for the third act.
Like take some breaths, take 5 minutes, and then come back and have the reconciling conversations that always make us cry, but they're always towards the end of the movie to be like, I'm going to do this now because this is real life.
They do such an incredible job in this movie of getting you to feel both sides of this story. Mm-hmm. And speaking of which, we have an episode with Mary Alice Drum, producer, Madeline Sharafian, director, and Domi Shur, director. They co-directed. We get into a whole bunch of how they made us feel these feelings. Anyway, you can click right there. So the previous scene and the one before are kind of the emotional climax of the movie, right? Mm-hmm. Like ELIO has accepted, oh, I'm not alone. Tia Olga has accepted, oh, I need to be there for ELIO. They've come together and now it's all great. And so now we have to wrap up the plot. But because Pixar's good at things, we're not just wrapping up the plot. There's more emotional juice to squeeze out of this movie, Melon.
Squeeze the juice. No, whizzing the juice. No, whizzing the juice.
Chill, bud.
No, but juice. No.
Yes. So
This place is amazing.
he's learned what he needs, not what he wants.
Is home.
That's good screenwriting. Mm-hmm.
I didn't give it a chance, but now I want to try.
Because she was ready to say goodbye to him. She was sure he would choose this.
You sure?
We're family. This isn't goodbye. It's just not yet.
The joy flaps.
The joy flaps.
You are unique, ELIO of Earth. And unique can sometimes feel like alone. But you are not alone.
That is the motto of every pop culture convention I've ever been to.
I love you.
And I love that for this last bit, we get to hear all the aliens saying his catchphrase in their weird alien languages.
We're all so different, and we're all the same. We all want safety, respect, and love. We all want to belong. Like, it's so powerful, the diversity of how they look and how they speak. And
the character designs in this movie are so great. Like, they're all over the place, and they're all colorful and fun and bright, and like, it's such a wonderful version of what this could be. They very much wear their hearts on their sleeves. ELIO is Elliot from E.T., right? Like, this is very much like, hey, E.T.'s a good movie, right? What if we make it, but in reverse? A little alien comes down and saves a kid who's feeling sad. This is a little kid who's feeling sad, goes up and is saved by aliens.
Yeah.
There's a reason that works so well. It worked great in E.T., it worked great in The Iron Giant, which is just E.T., and it worked great in this. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like,
yeah, also Mac and Me. Well, in my point, they all look so different, and they speak different, and they all are the same. And we all just want belonging, right? And we can give that to each other freely. We can give that to ourselves freely. We just need to get out of our own way, you know? Because Tia Olga always loved him. He always belonged with her. But he was sure that he didn't, and that she didn't really want him. And so he pushed her away, which made it hard for her. And then there were moments where she acknowledges, this is hard, I'm not sure if this is working. And it just creates this cycle. And part of the work of family therapy is stripping away the fear, the miscommunication, the insecurity to get at the heart of, what do you really want? And generally speaking, people just want each other. And they're just having a hard time getting there. And ELIO provides a wonderful blueprint for how we can get out of our own way. Be vulnerable, open up, express that love, express that I missed you, express that I want you, and forgive each other. Time after freaking time, Pixar knocks it out of the park with, this is how the human brain works, this is how emotions work, these are how relationships work. If you're paying attention, Pixar can help you to healthy everything. And I am not overselling it to say that. I'm not saying they alone will do it. Like, if you just watch Pixar movies, you'll be fine, but it'll get you a good chunk of the way there if you're paying attention.
Disney, we would like our check now. We don't get paid to say this, by the way, right? Like, we have been invited to Pixar, and that's amazing and wonderful. We would be praising the hell out of them anyway.
You know what we got? We got cereal. I'm not so cheaply bought.
Yeah, I can buy cereal,
I can
guys.
buy cereal. Like, I really mean it. This is fantastic. And if you haven't watched it yet, please check it out.
It was a great film. Still is. It's a great film. You're a great film.
Okay. So until next time.
I'm rarely unswaddled.
If it's all right with you, I'm going to begin my decomposition process now.
And watch movies. Hey, we want to thank our patrons who get extended director's cuts and exclusive episodes and all kinds of great stuff over on our Patreon. People with names like these:
Miles Swigert,
Amanda Hobson,
Philip Richards,
Patricia Evans,
and Paro No Cheese.
I think it's Parrot No Cheese.
Or Paro No Cheese. I don't listen.
Paro No Cheese.
Either way, well done, and thank you. We love you.
Thank you. Goodbye. We love you.